Hello everybody, it's Alex Goddard here and welcome back to a brand new Doctor Who video. Now with the recent release of the official Series 11 trailer, I thought it would be a great opportunity to tell you guys about my hopes and my worries for Doctor Who Series 11. I know it's only 3 months until Series 11 starts. For some people they are truly ecstatic for what Jodie Whittaker has to offer, and some of which are just wanting the wait to happen for a little bit longer. Obviously Series 11 is going to throw up a lot of controversy and the internet will blow up eventually with a lot of this controversial talk about Series 11. Anyway, since I'm feeling quite positive today, I'll be discussing about what I'm most excited for Doctor Who Series 11. Now this can be anything, whether it's the cast or the crew, the new writers, or a new tone for the show. These aren't in any particular order, and so without further ado, here are just 5 things that I'm most excited for Doctor Who Series 11. Number 1. The cinematic look and feeling of the show. When people first saw the teaser and the trailer, the first thing that they noticed was the outstanding and unique quality. This makes the show feel like a cinematic movie without needing to go to an actual cinema. The special and visual effects team have done an exceptional job to help bring Doctor Who Series 11 to a new way of life. The HD quality of the show helps to bring in more newcomers to Doctor Who. As Chris Chibnall stated, I plan to make Series 11 more cinematic and more accessible to help newcomers feel more welcomed and for returning Whovians to feel refreshed for a brand new series. Personally, I'm a huge fan of the cinematography. It looks absolutely stunning, especially as this quality can help some episodes to feel more realistic, as well as helping to bring back the missing fear factor of Doctor Who within certain dark episodes. With this overwhelming quality of Doctor Who Series 11, this could transform Doctor Who to become one of the most recognisable TV shows on the BBC in 2018. It might even win a BAFTA, but who knows. Number 2. The cast and the crew. Now obviously Chris Chibnall, as the new appointed showrunner, picks out his own set of staff members, whether it's actors, actresses, writers, directors, script editors or designers. He knows by far that the most important step in order to become a successful showrunner of Doctor Who is to rely on those who can be trustworthy enough and to get the job done. I would imagine that Chris Chibnall would bring back some of his reliable team members from Broadchurch, but that hasn't been confirmed yet, unless I've missed something. Anyway, I find it extremely exciting to touch upon new writers and to find out what their new writing style is. The same goes with actors and actresses on how well they perform. We as fans can do nothing but support Doctor Who in every single way possible. For example, we have a brand new music composer. As we all know, Murray Gold left Doctor Who at the end of Series 10, and I've been craving for another unique style of music to the show. Since Series 8, some of Murray Gold's music pieces have been somewhat lackluster, stale and sometimes quite repetitive, so I'm finally relieved that we have a brand new music composer. I've heard his music, it's quite gritty, it's quite atmospheric, which I think is what Doctor Who really needs, and he's going to be a breath of fresh air. I think the whole cast and crew are going to be a new breath of fresh air. It's the start of a new beginning for everyone. I want everyone to feel welcomed and to have fun, most importantly, because that's how you achieve greatness on Doctor Who. Number 3. No Daleks. You heard me right. No Daleks. I know it's really strange that the most iconic monster in Doctor Who history would be missing out on Series 11. Now we all have heard about the whole Terry Nation state rule of allowing use of the Daleks in every single series, otherwise we will lose the right to use the Daleks ever again. But that still remains a mystery though. However, throughout the modern series of Doctor Who, the Daleks have deteriorated over time, and most of the episodes have been irrelevant in terms of the Daleks just showing up for no apparent reason, other than because they had to, not because they need to. The Daleks should be menacing and frightening, and yet we see them as an excuse of a pointless villain in an episode. Unfortunately, the Daleks have become stalemate, and it would be risky to have them show up against Jodie Whittaker's Doctor in Series 11. Give them a break for once, and build onto their weighted confrontation with the 13th Doctor, which could make an interesting story arc. With the recent Doctors, they have rushed their meetings with the Daleks, especially Victory of the Daleks, which was Matt Smith's 3rd episode, and Into the Dalek being Peter Capaldi's 2nd episode, so there's no point to throw in the Daleks into an episode where they aren't needed at all. Instead, wait until a special occasion where the Daleks finally speak face to face with the 13th Doctor, which could be more beneficial for the Daleks and for ourselves. Number 4. No two-parters and no pointless overhanging arcs. Now this one is quite personal, as I'm a huge fan of two-parters. I think sometimes they work and sometimes they don't work. But the thing is, I'm actually glad that there's no two-parters, because it generally feels like that every single episode will feel like a story in itself. And if there was a second part to this certain story, then I would think it would drag out the whole story. There's a classic example that I will use here. Heaven Sent was phenomenal. Hellbent was fucking awful. There's no need to add something else onto an absolute gem of a story, otherwise the whole story will feel bog standard and complete bullshit. So I'm relieved that there's not a two-parter at the end of series 11. Heaven Sent was 45 minutes, each episode is now 50 minutes. Think about what you can achieve in that amount of time. Now, there's always been a subtle, overhanging and interconnecting theme throughout every single series, whether it's Bad Wolf from Series 1, Torchwood from Series 2, Vote Sacrifice from Series 3, and so forth. However, the last two series, Series 9 and Series 10, have suffered quite a lot from overhanging story arcs. For example, Series 9 story arc was about the hybrid, and it started so well. The build-up to the hybrid was really good, but then came Hellbent, and we didn't get a proper answer of what the hybrid was. All of that build-up was for nothing. Hellbent ruined the story arc of the hybrid, so basically Series 9 became irrelevant with all of the hybrid shit. Same thing goes with Series 10, however that story arc was mainly focused on who's inside the vaults, which later became Can Missy Become Good Again. The build-up was poor and the suspense was weak, but on the other hand though, the story arc actually pulled itself off with an amazing finale. So you can clearly see how overhanging story arcs can affect and impact the overall outcome of a series. If you're going to introduce an interesting story arc, you need to pull it off, otherwise it will be another disappointment. But with Chris Chibnall in charge, and since he has brilliant experience in writing Broadchurch, I think it'll be interesting on how Chris Chibnall tackles the writing aspect of Doctor Who. And finally, number 5, Jodie Whittaker's brand new style as the Doctor. Now, of course, Jodie Whittaker is going to be the main attraction in Series 11. I really cannot wait to see her in action. Too often in recent Doctor Who, companions often take centre stage and become the star of the show. The companions can have their special moments here and there, but Jodie Whittaker will be the main star of the whole show. We'll be meeting a Doctor like no other. A Doctor that could take longer to get over with. The Doctor Who community will be divided into lovers and haters of Series 11. Whichever one you are, you must give Jodie Whittaker at least a chance to showcase what she's made of. The series must ultimately prioritise that Jodie Whittaker is the main focus. It'll be interesting on how she develops her personality and her overall well-being as the Doctor. I already like her costume. I think it's new, it's warm and welcoming, which showcases that the Doctor has a good sense of fashion, as well as we saw the reveal of her brand new sonic screwdriver. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of it. I think it looks more like the Terminator's hand, let alone a screwdriver. Other than that, I'm feeling all positive vibes about the 13th Doctor. She could really impress me, and she could prove me wrong. Jodie Whittaker's new personality must be original though. She can't really take all of the aspects from all of the Doctors and mash them together and say, well, that's my personality. I'm funny like Tom, I'm smart like Tennant, I'm dark like Capaldi. Those Doctors found those personality traits on their own. I just hope that Jodie Whittaker has a defined style about herself. Also, it'll be fascinating on how she reacts to the gender swap, because it's always important to make a good first impression. Again, if you're a hater or a lover of Series 11, it's time to face the facts. She is the 13th Doctor, whether you like it or not. And I hope that everything goes well for Jodie Whittaker, and let's hope if she can deliver our expectations of Series 11. Well, that's all I've got time for. Don't forget to comment down below what 5 things are you most excited for Doctor Who Series 11. Please like this video, share and subscribe for more Doctor Who content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time for another Doctor Who Series 11 video. Until then guys, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later. Goodbye!